Welcome to another video. What I have here today is a BMW 840i, and it happens to be a beautiful fall day, an unusually warm day here in the Northeast. I think it's going to be about 70 degrees out today, and what a perfect day for a convertible. You know what? It's the weekend. I got a grand touring car. Let me show you what this 840i is all about. This particular one, it's got the inline turbocharged 6-cylinder engine making 335 horsepower. Let's see how that moves this convertible. But this is a BMW, of course. BMW is not a slouch. So this car is really about pampering you in luxury and style. It makes a real statement on the road. So let's take a look at the design, let's take a look at the interior, and let's go for a drive on this beautiful fall day to see what it's all about. All right guys, let's go over some of the interesting exterior and interior features of the 840i convertible. The first thing you notice is, of course, the frozen bluestone metallic paint, which looks really cool. It has that icy kind of matte frozen looking color, and this is a $5,000 option. This car also has the M Sport package with Shadowline exterior trim for $4,500, and that gives it a more aggressive fascia, side skirts, and rear end. So you can see all of the cuts and shapes in here, the deeper air dam, deeper air vents, and of course along the side here are the side skirts that are more pronounced. And at the back end, there is just more aggressive shaping. There are very big exhaust openings, but in this case, there's only one single pipe that's actual pipe in there. See, so I really do think the M Sport package really does add to the look of this car. One other thing I should mention is that this grille has the ability to open and close. For aerodynamic efficiency, it'll stay closed, but if the engine starts getting hot and it needs more cooling, this grille will open itself back up automatically. Also a part of this aerodynamic package, there is a side curtain here. As you can see, there's a slit to ease air as it crosses over the front wheel. This is a functional air vent as well to relieve pressure that may be building up in the wheel well, and simply looks cool. And the Shadowline portion, of course, blacks out all of the trim that goes around the door edges and trim of the car. Also included are M Sport brakes with the blue calipers. These are nice looking wheels, but they're a little small. These are the 19-inch M double spoke Orbit Gray wheels, which are a part of the M package, all season tires on them. So they are an upgrade, but they seem a little small for the size of this car. I much prefer the 20-inch wheels because they would fill the wheel wells and provide a better stance. However, having said that, the 19-inch wheels give a little bit more sidewall and add to the comfort level. The 840i comes with full LED headlights with BMW laser-like technology and very slim design, and looks mean and aggressive. I like it. All right, look at those angel eyes. They did a really good job with incorporating the traditional double circle into a modern form, more angular, really fits in nicely. And the rears are in a slim LED light as well, pretty integrated into the design. The fully electric soft top incorporates multiple layers of fabric that block out the sound of road noise. This soft top also has the optional Moonlight Black option, which is for $250. It has a nice texture to it, but also there's a little weave in there, which makes it look a little nicer, like a fine piece of fabric than just a flat black top. The roof can be raised or lowered in 15 seconds at speeds of up to 30 miles an hour with just a touch of a button located on the center console. Or if you're outside of the car, you're approaching it, you can raise or lower the top with the key. No need to unlatch anything, just one touch of the button. The hardtop 840i has a wonderful silhouette with a swooping roofline down to the trunk. The convertible top, of course, it's a little more blunted. It doesn't quite have that nice silhouette, but that's true for many convertibles. When you put the top down on this car, it looks amazing. The rear deck is very flush and flat. There are little slight humps in the tonneau cover that give a little bit more dimension, but really it's nice and flat how it extends back through to the rear trunk, which has a cool ducktail to it. So it looks very sleek with that top down. So let's take a look inside. The interior of a convertible is probably just as important as the exterior. Well, I guess that's true for every car, but the interior of a convertible is on display with the top down. And this is the upgraded leather package with interior trim in extended merino leather. And this one happens to be the ivory and navy combination. And look at all that detailed extended leather throughout the cabin, on the dash, down the side of the dash, on the seats, of course. And all of the deviated stitching throughout this interior is a part of the extended merino leather package. This car also comes with the comfort seating package, which are heated and ventilated, as well as the neck warmer, which you see here. The back seats, of course, are pretty much for storage. Maybe a child could get back there. There are ISOFIX links, so you can put a child seat in the back. And once you get inside this car, comfortable seats, and they really feel nice in here. I love the feel of the steering wheel. I get the sense that BMW likes thick steering wheels, and it does feel good to the touch. These thumb controls all seem to make sense, and this is a heated steering wheel. And of course, at the center of the interior is this glass gear shift knob, as well as the iDrive and the engine start stop are all in glass, which really adds a little bit of bling. And as you can see, there's a little illuminated 8 that glows in the gear shift knob, just to let you know that you are in a 8 series. But all of these controls in the center area are laid out pretty logically. This is where your convertible top control is, your heated scarf behind your neck, your various drive modes are at a quick key here. So it all seems very logically laid out. At the top of the center stack is this high resolution 10.25-inch screen for the latest generation of iDrive, which is a large tablet-like touchscreen display. It's very horizontally laid out. It's easy to navigate. And of course it has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You can enter commands by using voice control, and yes, BMW's gesture control returns. Below the touchscreen are actual physical buttons for your climate control and other functions such as your seat ventilation and heating, your radio presets. And it's kind of refreshing to have real physical buttons on the center stack as opposed to touchscreens everywhere, which is so popular in luxury cars right now. And then of course below that is this panel finished in this aluminum finish, and you pop that open and there's some cup holders, and this is where you can store your phone. It's a wireless charging pad. This has heated armrests. So not only are the door armrests heated, but the center armrest is heated as well. And it's a pretty big space in the middle. Let's open it up. And you know, it's a pretty deep storage area, and there are power points in there as well. And the leather and the padding feels very nice. Of course, facing the driver is the main screen. It's a little odd that the tachometer on the right goes counterclockwise. It's a little unusual to see a meter going backwards, but the speed on the left goes clockwise, and there is head-up display in the windshield. Open up the trunk just to give you a sense of the space back here. And as you can see with the top down, there is this barrier for the top. So that's what this plastic piece is. When the top is up, you can push this up. This package right here is the wind deflector. That's a case for that. And as you can see, there is a pass-through that you could put the seats down. There are little latches here on each side of the car that release the back seats. There's a decent amount of trunk space for a short trip. We are inside of the 840. I'm going to start it up. Nice little rumble there from the inline 6-cylinder engine. And again, this engine is a turbocharged inline 6, making 335 horsepower and 368 foot-pounds of torque, 0 to 60 in 5.0 seconds. Again, this is a rear-wheel drive car, but this does come in 4-wheel drive. Yeah, so let's see how it feels out on the road. And the 360-degree camera is working pretty effectively, and there's a rear-facing camera as well as a front-facing camera. So we're getting going. What a beautiful, beautiful day. The ride is very supple. I've got everything. I got the car just in automatic mode, just the normal default mode. Huh. Nice engine note from this inline six. Yeah, I'm surprised by that actually. This is a very high cowl, but visibility is still pretty good, but you do feel like you're sitting in the car. This car has an 8-speed transmission and it's a smart transmission. It's connected to your navigation system, and so it can see that you're approaching stoplights and then get ready for slowing the car down by getting the car in the correct gear as it approaches a stoplight, for example, or if you're on a curvy road, it will sense where you are, and based on the GPS, it will predetermine a gear so that you can be the most effective through those turns. So that's a pretty neat thing. It's a smart transmission. It is still a little cool, so I'm turning on my heat scarf. So I do get a lot of swirl through here, but it's not uncomfortable. I do have the side windows up, but the wind buffeting is not bad at all, even without the wind deflector behind me. All right, guys, I'm gonna put the car in sport. Whoa, you get the throttle response really increases. And with this 368 foot-pounds of torque, it really pulls very nicely. Seems to handle very well. This is on normal suspension, meaning this is not air suspension, so conventional suspension, and it feels pretty good. It's really hustling this big car very nicely. Downshifts very nicely and quickly, so this is not a dual clutch transmission, but it does seem to be very responsive. The 8-speed Steptronic Sport automatic transmission has been improved to shift gears more sharply with an optimized hydraulics control unit and a wider gear ratio spread. New torsion dampers reduce rotational forces in the powertrain and improve driving comfort and shift smoothness. A little word about the suspension. The front suspension is a double wishbone setup that separates steering from damper function so that high lateral G-forces are possible without compromising ride comfort. And the rear suspension is a 5-link setup that allows for precise wheel guidance and directional stabilities. All of this contributes to this car being a very well-handling vehicle. Yeah, good turning radius. Yeah, it really picks up quite nicely, guys. This inline six is very smooth and pulls hard. It pulls very hard. I like it, and I'm surprised. This is kind of an unexpected treat for me because I was expecting this to be really just a Luxo cruiser, which it really is. That's really what its main issue is. So now I'm on these nice turns here, and it's handling the turns quite nicely. Body roll is very controlled. Again, I'm in sport. Brakes feel good. The transmission is very smart about picking the gear. It's holding the gear nicely as I go through these turns. Feels very nice. Feels very nimble. Yeah, you can really hustle this car. I'm really surprised. You can really hustle this car. Yeah. This is a BMW, and you know, BMWs, they are the ultimate driving machine. So although this is not an M car with the sharpness of an M, it is fun. It is fun. You can hustle it. I'm going to yeah, acceleration is very good. It's very good. It even has that little fart, you know, when it changes gears, the exhaust lets out a little fart. Maybe not as aggressively as the 8-cylinder car, backfire, if you will, more palatable way of saying it, I guess, which is pretty nice. And I'm gonna put it in manual just to see what so the shifts are pretty good. They're just not as fast as, you know, a dual clutch transmission, but still fun, still nice. I'm gonna put it back in automatic, and I'm gonna back it down into comfort. All right, I'm on to some country back roads with a little bit of unsettled pavement. The ride is very smooth. You can feel the driver assistance package. Nice. Ferrari 458 just went by. I'm in Sport Plus. Top-down driving does make you more involved with the environment, the drive. You've got the sensory the wind, a wider field of vision, so you're just more engaged in the drive. The suspension is compliant, but keeps the body control very much in check. Let's take this turn kind of quickly. Yeah, and these are on all-season tires. Yeah, it sets very nicely. There is some roll, but it's very controllable. Yeah, it feels really, really good. The faster you go, the better it feels, I have to tell you. It's really feeling nicely, and you can be very accurate. The steering is very good. The brakes are very strong. Yeah, and it holds gears through the turns, and that's probably due to this GPS connected to the 8-speed transmission. What a cool idea, so that the transmission in sports setting will hold that gear as you go through a few turns. It's just waiting to know what you want to do next. So this may be a luxury, stylish cruiser at its heart, but also it's got the capability of handling pretty well for this vehicle type. Very competent all-around vehicle. I'm entering Connecticut, heading towards Greenwich, Connecticut. I am currently in Greenwich, Connecticut on a busy Saturday, and I would argue that this is probably the natural habitat for a car like this. Wow, you can see all of the traffic here. Pretty intense traffic. Ooh, there's a nice Ferrari 458 over there. This area and the people who frequent it really like nice cars, so I think this stylish 840i really fits right into this habitat. And you know, the ride is incredibly comfortable. When the top is up, the top really blocks out a lot of the road noise and sound, so it's very quiet and luxurious with the top up. Obviously with the top down like this, you know, I'm getting all of the, look, a Bentley over there. With the top down, of course, I'm able to, McLaren, I'm able to appreciate this comfortable cruiser. It's quite a pleasant car to have around town to go through stop and go traffic. And by the way, these seats are very, very comfortable. They're padded just right. But yeah, the Bowers & Wilkins sound system sounds phenomenal. Everything seems to be laid out in such a logical way. Yeah, it's a very pleasant car to use around town. All right, so we've got the roof up. And one thing I noticed with the top up, there's a severe blind spot. The rear backup camera is very wide, so I'm able to see down the street where I can't see physically through the blind spot. So pretty good technology here, very, very useful. Very little noise enters into the cabin, which is good, because as a daily driver, being quiet and comfortable is more of a priority than, you know, visceral experiences. So it really just depends on what kind of personality in your $100,000 car are you looking for. You know, if you want a more of a sporting experience, then you may want to look at like a Porsche 911 convertible, or step up a notch in this car to the M850i, which gives you that big V8 engine. So this car, optioned out with all of this special M package and all the extras, comes in at just under $118,000, and the M850 starts at $121,000 or thereabout. So that's without even adding options on top of it. So I think, you know what, you may forego the glorious sounding V8 if you get this car, but this has adequate power for the purpose of this car. See, this is what it's all about, guys. A beautiful day, beautiful scenery, kind of a relaxed drive, a BMW 8 Series with the top down. This is living. And this car is perfect for this kind of cruising. It's comfortable, got a great sound system, all of the, you know, luxurious appointments that you would want. It's so comfortable. It's so comfortable. Yeah, it's a car you can really chill with. And you know what? I can appreciate that. you know, for those looking who do not need all out and out speed, they're not doing track days, they need something that's comfortable but yet sporty, has a little spice on it, little spice of sporty on it, but primarily a very luxurious coupe that they can take their partner out with to dinner, maybe go for a wonderful cruise like this through a beautiful scene. Yeah, this is a really pleasurable car. Yeah, I like it. Well done, BMW. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit like and subscribe. There'll be more content coming. It really helps the channel when you hit like and subscribe, so I really appreciate that. Please share this video, and I will see you in the next one. Safe driving, everybody.